In this world, there exists a type of creature. They have been seen by a few, yet their existence has never been officially confirmed. We refer to these beings collectively as unidentified mysterious animals, UMA. Hello everyone, and welcome to the World in 10 Minutes series. In this episode, we will introduce a large mysterious creature from Kenya, the Dingonek. The Dingonek, also known as the jungle walrus, is a mysterious aquatic predator reported in Kenyan folklore. According to accounts, the Dingonek is approximately 14 to 15 feet long and has a large head similar to that of a lion. Its mouth is lined with long, white, walrus-like fangs, and its back is broad like a hippopotamus, covered in armored scales resembling those of a pangolin or fish. The color pattern of these scales is said to be similar to the spots on a leopard's fur. Its tail is shaped like a crocodile's, but significantly wider than usual. Since most sightings of the Dingonek describe it as being partially submerged, there is no confirmed description of its limbs. However, near its reported sighting locations, large footprints have been discovered, shaped like a hippo's, but bearing distinct claw marks. The earliest documented description of the Dingonek comes from the memoirs of big game hunter Bertram Isaac Branson, written in 1910. However, Branson himself never actually encountered the creature. His book recounts the story of another experienced hunter, John Alfred Jordan, who, along with his hunting party, claimed to have witnessed the Dingonek in 1907 during a hunting expedition near Lake Victoria, southwestern Kenya. While exploring a riverbank, Jordan's Lumbwa, Kipsigis, trackers spotted the creature. Upon noticing the humans, the startled beast leaped into the water. The hunters described it as a bizarre hybrid, resembling a sea serpent, a leopard, and a whale. John Jordan's personal encounter. Half an hour later, the creature resurfaced, allowing Jordan to get a clear look at it. According to his account, it was indeed exactly as his Lumbwa guides had described. A massive beast unlike anything he had ever seen before. It had a head as large as a lioness's. Two long white tusks protruded like those of a walrus. Its crocodile-like tail moved in slow, deliberate motions, helping it stay balanced in the fast-flowing river. Jordan noted that the creature's fangs were long enough to impale a full-grown man. Fearing that the creature might attack, Jordan decided to strike first. He raised his .303 caliber rifle and fired a shot at the Dingonek. In an instant, the enormous beast erupted from the water in a violent thrash. Overcome with fear and panic, Jordan and his team fled into the dense undergrowth, expecting the creature to pursue them. However, it never followed, and from that day forward, Jordan never saw the Dingonek again. Branson later interviewed Jordan's hunting companions, and all their descriptions matched exactly. In 1909, while on a hunting expedition, Branson and Jordan crossed paths, and Jordan personally shared the story with him. It wasn't until 1917 that Jordan finally published his detailed account in the Globe magazine. According to his report, the Dorobo and Lumbwa tribes in the area had long known of the Dingonek and considered it to be a real, albeit rare, creature. The name Dingonek originates from local tribal accounts, which describe a massive, amphibious predator. In his book, Bertram Isaac Branson also mentions that he once traveled to Uganda to meet an animal collector named James Martin. Martin told him that locals revered a giant serpentine reptile, believing that its appearance foretold bountiful harvests and increased livestock production. James Martin, whose real name was Antonio Martini Mar, was one of the earliest European explorers to reach Lake Victoria. As a pioneering adventurer, he was experienced in distinguishing truth from exaggeration, making his claims highly credible. According to Branson, James Martin claimed to have personally seen the creature. Another significant report came from British colonial administrator Charles William Hobley. In 1913, Hobley published an article in the East African Uganda Natural History Society journal, describing a strange sighting reported to him. According to the account, during a flood season, a mysterious beast was seen floating down the Mara River, riding a large log. The creature's body measured approximately 16 feet, but due to its submerged tail, its true size could not be determined. The witness described it as a giant aquatic predator, covered in scales and leopard-like markings. One major difference from Jordan's account was that no visible white tusks were observed. A gunshot was fired at the creature, causing it to slip off the log and disappear into the river. According to John Jordan, the Dingonek was considered sacred by local tribes such as the Dorobo and Lumbwa people. Killing the Dingonek was seen as a great taboo, leading some to speculate that the creature might still be alive, lurking in the rivers of Kenya. The Dingonek's combination of fangs and spotted patterns immediately suggests a resemblance to prehistoric saber-toothed cats. French cryptozoologist Bernard Heuvelmans supported this theory, proposing that the Dingonek might be a water-adapted feline species. The term water lions refers to a group of saber-toothed cats that evolved for semi-aquatic life, including creatures like water leopards and prehistoric amphibious predators. However, the biggest mystery remains: the Dingonek's reported armored scales. Heuvelmans speculated that this could be an optical illusion, suggesting that a wet mammal's fur might clump together when soaked, giving the appearance of scales. His theory was recorded in his book, The Still Unknown Felines of Africa. Even Jordan himself did not dismiss this possibility. Legends of large river-dwelling beasts have circulated around Lake Victoria for centuries. The Umani, the Masai River monster. In the Masai River Basin, the local Masai people tell of a mysterious creature called Umani or Omani. This 15-foot-long creature is said to have a dog-like head, small ears, similar to a viper, clawed feet, short legs, and a short neck, a habit of basking on riverbanks, a tendency to retreat into the water when disturbed. When submerged, only its head is visible above the water's surface. In 1978, cryptozoologist James Powell traveled to Kenya to investigate. However, local descriptions suggested that Umani might be a rare reptile species, possibly a giant pangolin. Additionally, in the Maasai language, the word omane translates to lizard, bringing the validity of the legend into question. The Endomathia, the Tana River serpent. Along another tributary, the Tana River, locals refer to a different creature, called Endomathia. This beast is described as having features of a crocodile, a snake, and a dragon, a furry tail, which is unusual for reptiles. In Kikuyu tribal traditions, the Endomathia plays an important role in religious rituals, being viewed as a spiritual entity. Some people believe that the Dingonek may be linked to another mysterious aquatic beast, the Lukwata of Lake Victoria. British colonial officer Charles William Hobley once wrote that in Buganda, Kavirondo, and the eastern Bantu tribes, locals worshipped a massive lake-dwelling reptile. To appease this creature, they would sacrifice cattle and goats to the water, calling it Lukwata. I will dedicate a separate episode to discussing the Lukwata in detail, but from my research, I have found that it differs significantly from the Dingonek. The Lukwata seems to resemble a giant serpent or a massive catfish, so I do not believe they are the same species. If we are to compare the Dingonek to other cryptids, the Kumbue, reported in 1988, in the Lofa County swamps of Liberia, seems to be a closer match. This creature was described as being between 15 to 20 feet long, with thick armor-like plating on its back, covered in distinct brown and black patterns. Additionally, it had a row of jagged spines running from its back to its tail, and its teeth were reported to be enormous. These features closely resemble the Dingonek. Unfortunately, the only known witness, a hunter named Samir Kamo, claimed to have shot and killed the creature, after which it was eaten by villagers. Since the sighting took place decades ago, no physical evidence remains. British historian and geologist George Williams, Thor collected many ancient cave paintings during his travels. One of the most intriguing artworks comes from Bluekrantz Ridge, South Africa. The painting depicts a large walrus-like creature with a spotted body. However, unlike a typical walrus, this beast has an unusually long tail and appears much larger than an ordinary otter or seal. The exact age of this rock painting is unknown. It could be several centuries old, or even older. Interestingly, the other animals depicted in the artwork include snakes, porcupines, and antelopes, all of which can still be found today. Yet, this mysterious walrus-like beast does not match any known species. Since modern walruses only exist in Arctic regions and South Africa has a completely different climate, it is unlikely to be a misidentified walrus species. Based on the available evidence, the Dingonek's existence remains a strong possibility. Although there is only one detailed recorded sighting, legends of similar creatures such as Umani and Kumbue come from veteran hunters of different African tribes. Many elders claim that these creatures were once common in the past, but have become extremely rare today. I personally believe that the Dingonek could be a highly evolved saber-toothed reptilian predator, struggling to survive in the dense, tropical forests of Africa. However, since no new sightings have been reported since 1907, it is also possible that Jordan's gunshot killed the last known specimen of its kind. Wild animals play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of nature. Protecting wildlife resources is not just about saving individual species. It directly impacts human survival and development. Let us all do our part. Avoid unnecessary hunting. Do not purchase illegal animal products. Respect and protect our natural ecosystems. Only through coexistence with nature can we ensure a sustainable future. And as always, the unknown will always be greater than the known. That concludes this episode. Thank you for watching.